Okay, so what I'm going to do today is show you guys how I do my Intro to Oils classes. It's fantastic that Shanna is here because she was the hostess of my very first Intro to Oils class, so she can vouch for this. One of the first things that I do is I set up the kit. So you can see here, I have the kit set up. I have a diffuser running. I usually put Citrus Fresh in the diffuser because that's an oil that a lot of people really like. You can use an oil from the kit. I have the flex oils as well. I personally like to go through the flex oils. It was a while before I had aroma ease, so I would still talk about it even if I didn't have it to share with others. So I make sure that this is set up, whether it's in front of their team or whatever, so that people can just see this is everything that's in the kit. Here's what it looks like. Here's what it does. People want to be able to see it. As people come in, I greet them. Most of the time, we're doing in people's homes. So depending on the space and where we are, I may stand or I may sit down. If it's just a few people and we're around people, then I will probably just sit down. So that's just one of those things that you make your decision based on the space, and you want people to feel comfortable. So I don't always stand if it seems awkward to me to stand. That makes sense. So I also have a script that I stick to for the purpose of talking about product, and that helps me stay compliant. My first class, I didn't worry so much about compliance, so I just talked about how I use the oils. But now we have to be really careful with that. So I really stick to scripts to talk about the farms, to talk about compliance. I'm going to mute you for a second, Chris, and you can unmute yourself when you, if you have any questions. But I stick to the product guide for talking about the farms just because I want to be duplicable. I want other people to go, oh, hey, I could do that. But I also am not afraid to add in my own opinions about things, my own experiences within the confines of compliance. And you'll kind of see what I mean when I do that. So as people come in, I may know them, I may not, but I welcome everyone. I usually try to get to an event at least 30 minutes early so that I can get things set up. I don't do crazy displays because, again, I want it to be duplicable. One of the things that I do have at my classes that does not come with your kit is I get these little guides from Oil Revolution Designs. So you can go to oilrevolutiondesigns.com, and Lori Gordon creates these little essential oil starter guides. And they're great for teaching from because they're compliant, and they're great for sharing with other people because they're not very expensive and people can just take them with them and have some kind of little guide to guide them through how to use these products. There is a digital version also. So if you don't have something like this yet, you can actually flip through the digital one online. It's on issuu.com, and you can look it up there. So it's an essential oil starter guide from Oil Revolution Designs. So I use kind of these two books, and also, okay, I'm using the old product guide because my old product guide is highlighted, okay? You guys can laugh at me. This is my theater coming out, but I actually went through and highlight the things that I wanted to say and make sure that I covered so that I knew exactly where I wanted to go. I don't have little tabs on here because I just flipped through the first few pages. You know, what things do I want to say about the farms? I don't want to read every little bit of it, but I wanted to highlight the main points that were important to me that I really liked. So that's kind of how I do this, and I haven't done this with one of the new product guides yet, but you can do that too. The new product guides are beautiful and have a lot of the same great information in there. So I also always have a few of the product guides available for people to look through and peruse, but product guides are more expensive, so I don't usually pass them out for people to keep unless there's someone that I know for sure is really interested in wanting to look through. But if anyone who signs up and gets a kit is going to get one with them. And the product guides also change, you know. The prices change, things happen, you know, once a year they come out with a new one. So don't invest in a whole lot of these. Have a few of them so people can view them. Okay, so I start by introducing myself. I say, hi, I'm Ashley, and today we're just going to talk a little bit about Young Living Essential Oils. I want to tell you a little bit about me and how I got started in Young Living. My degree is in theater, and so I taught middle school theater for 6 years. that is a passion of mine. It's what I love. I love teaching. I love educating. I love sharing. And I got into kind of natural health when my son was young and he started to have some difficulties, and it was some things that we were looking for, just making some changes in our life. We wanted to go non-toxic in our home, and we were wanting to really try that. So we walked that journey for several years, and the essential oils just seemed to be the next step on our wellness journey. It was something I hadn't tried before. It was something that I was really interested in. And so we got started with Young Living specifically for the products. I did not have any interest in the business, so I used the products for a year. And then I had a sweet friend who happens to be on this call who said, "Hey, Ashley, you need to come do a class for us." And I was like, "I don't know enough to teach a class." She said, "Well, we don't know anything at all, so just bring your oils and share with us what you do know." So that's what I did. And I sat in her living room and I did this. I passed around an oil and I shared how I used it. And that started my Young Living business. 6 months later, I had 25 people on my team. And so I talk about being an accidental business builder, but I just love the products so much that I was sharing them actively with other people. And since then, it has replaced my teaching income and then some, and it is my full-time job and my passion and what I love doing. So I'm not going to talk about the business today, but if it's something that you're interested in, don't hesitate to reach out to me afterwards. I'd love to chat with you about it. So Young Living, let's talk about Young Living and what it is. And I'm going to pause here on the class, and I'm going to talk to those of you who want to teach a class. You always want to start with what. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're teaching? Red personalities, we talk a lot about color personalities. Red personalities tend to be quick to check out if you don't tell them what. So what are you going to do in this class? What are you going to cover? What are they going to learn? Okay, if you don't engage them at that point, they're going to check out pretty quick. The next thing that you're going to hear me cover is why. Why Young Living? Why do we get into that? So you're going to start hearing me go into seed to seal there. Then how? That's when we start passing around the oils. We talk about how to utilize them a little bit. Why is for the blue personalities, how is for the green personalities, and then at the end we're going to talk about who. Who is for the yellow personalities. So yellow personalities and green personalities tend to be more patient, to wait for details. Yellows want to know who this is going to help. So you want to make sure you cover all of those, and in that order is what the experts say is the best thing to do. And I found that it's really effective and it's easy. It tends to just flow better. So back to the class. Today we're going to talk about the everyday oils, also a part of the premium starter kit. And these are the most commonly used oils in our household and in most people's household. The reason why they put these in a collection together is because it's a lot of very versatile oils that have a lot of uses. So it's a great place to start with essential oils. So we're really going to cover a lot of just basics today. We're going to cover everything in this kit, how to use the oils. And I want to talk to you a little bit about Young Living and why I went with this company specifically. Young Living is a 20-year-old company. They are, let me get my book out here. They are the world leaders in essential oils. And I love this. It talks about our purpose. And Young Living has a great mission statement. They have a great purpose of wanting to really bring a wellness, purpose, and abundance to everyone all over the world. But here is what it says directly from the product guide. Bringing greater wellness and abundance to people all over the world has always been the top priority from Young Living. Young Living essential oils come from over 50 different sources and that are all worthy of the seed to seal distinction. I'm going to talk to you guys about seed to seal because it was really what intrigued me about Young Living. When I first started looking into essential oils, I was not looking specifically at Young Living. It was the company that I had heard of, so I did look into Young Living, but I looked at some other companies too, and I didn't have a distributor in my ear trying to sell me on Young Living. In fact, I reached out to my husband's aunt saying, tell me why I should use Young Living. I kind of wanted her to sell me on it, and I didn't get a response because she travels a lot and didn't check her email, for a few weeks. And so I just did the research on my own, and I found out about Seed to Seal, and it really sold me on this company. Seed to Seal is the idea of Young Living having control of the product from beginning to end. Have you guys ever bought a product that you thought was better for you, and so you paid more money for it only to discover that it wasn't, because that happened to me, and that was something that I really struggled with and was really frustrated with. I would go into Sprouts and spend, you know, $8 on a bottle of shampoo that was like this big because it came from Sprouts, and I thought, oh, well, that's going to be better for me, only to find the EWG Skin Deep website and find out that on a scale of 1 to 10, it's rated a 4, which is not awful, but Dove is rated a 4 also. And I could have gotten a bottle this big for half the price, you know, of Dove, and been doing the exact same thing, you know, as far as removing whatever toxins I wanted to. So if I was looking for certain products that I really wanted to know where they were coming from, I wanted to make sure I wasn't paying for something that, that I don't know exactly what it is, where it comes from, and what it's going to do for my family. So that's what I love about Seed to Seal. The idea is there are five steps, making sure I can count that right. 5 steps to the Seed to Seal process that Young Living is committed to. The seed is they select seeds that produce the highest value, and it's a vital first step in their Seed to Seal process. I've had an opportunity to visit the farms, and they talk about how they actually pinpoint the healthiest plants, and those are the plants that they take their seeds from for the next season. Cultivate. Young Living is the next step. Cultivate. Young Living's knowledge of soil preparation, balance of sun and water, responsible weed and pest control, and wildcraft harvesting ensure that stringent standards are met, both on our own farms as well as our carefully monitored partner farms. So in the cultivation process, Young Living does not use any pesticides or herbicides on their farms. They only use essential oils. They have a worm farm I think on all of their farms, but I've personally seen the one in Ecuador. Was really fascinating how they do that. I am not a gardener. My mom has a green thumb and can grow everything. I kill plants. So this whole thing is really fascinating to me. There's so much that goes into soil preparation and making sure that the plants can be their healthiest, and that cultivation process. And Young Living really goes above and beyond in that. Distillation is the third part of that. And of course, in order to get the essential oils out of the plants, you have to distill them. Essential oils come directly from the plants. Most of them are steam distilled. Some of them are cold pressed. But Young Living combines ancient and modern techniques. Young Living's low-pressure steam distillation process ensures that the beneficial plant compounds in each batch of essential oil remain uncompromised. This step is completed at just the right time to ensure all beneficial constituents are present to maximize the quality of the oil. Additionally, we use tree resin hydrodistillation for select oils. Frankincense is one of those oils. And cold pressing techniques for most of our citrus essential oils. So they cold press the oils from the rinds for the citrus oils. And Young Living does all of that themselves. A lot of other oil companies don't even do their own distillation. They just get it. They get the oil directly from whoever grows it, distills it, all of that, and then they sometimes do some stringent testing, but then they are basically brokers for oils. So it's really important to know that throughout this entire process, Young Living is in control. Gary Young talks about how he has to work with a distiller, a person that mans one of their distilleries, for 5 years before he lets them go at it on their own. And even just a few minutes, if you're off a few minutes, or if you let it get a little too hot, or it doesn't get hot enough, it can ruin an entire batch of essential oils, and that's a lot of waste. I've seen just these huge. They have these huge distilleries. They just pack down all of the plant product, and they pack it down in there really good. They push steam through it. It's really an amazing process. And Gary Young brought that to the modern age and actually engineered the distilleries that we have on our farms. The fourth part is to test. Young Living never accepts diluted, cut, or adulterated essential oils. To guarantee consistent quality, our essential oils are tested in our own internal labs as well as third-party facilities to ensure that they meet demanding specifications. Young Living really sticks with this. This is huge. A few years ago, when one of so many people's favorite products was out of stock, Valor, they was out of stock because we couldn't get black spruce. And Young Living had did not have a good source for black spruce at that time, and a consistent source that was actually sustainable. And they're very careful about making sure that they're conscious of having, of being friendly to the environment, as far as making sure that they are not causing problems and over cultivating or over harvesting, anything like that. So they could not get any black spruce, so they had somebody send in, like a co-op where they found a vendor for black spruce, had it sent in and they tested it, and it did not meet our standards. Young Living personally chose to allow Valor to be out of stock for a further 6 to 9 months, rather than making an oil that was going to be subpar and under their quality, which at the time, honestly, I was in Young Living at that time. People would not have cared. People wanted Valor so bad, they'd been like, give me the less than great stuff. I don't even care. I just want Valor in my hands. But Young Living has those kinds of standards. The last thing is the seal. Young Living actually has a huge facility where they do all of their own labeling and things like that. That way they can guarantee that the oil that they just tested is what's actually going into that bottle. It says, we complete our seed to seal process by carefully sealing and inspecting each bottle of essential oil at our 107,000 square foot state-of-the-art clean room facility, and then shipping to members worldwide. Individual bottle labels are encoded with detailed tracking information that allows Young Living to trace each bottle of essential oil back to its source. And that's super helpful in packaging. If you ever have an issue, and if you've ever ordered from Young Living, maybe you've had this issue where a bottle leaks, Young Living will ask for the lot number and everything on the back. Most of the time, the majority of the time, they will send you a brand new bottle without even asking you to send in the one that had leaked for you. And this allows them to make sure it wasn't an issue with the packaging. There was, I think with some of the roller bottles just a few months ago, there was an issue with the packaging where some of the roller tops were scratched and scraped because one of the machines was malfunctioning, and so they actually sent out a notice in that and sent a lot of people a replacement without them even asking for it. So Young Living's customer services really goes above and beyond to ensure that you guys are satisfied with what you get. So that is the seed to seal process. So how do they really do this? Whoops, sorry, I'm gonna drop my book. They do this by having their own farms. So I love this little, there's a little, somewhere here, there was, oh, here's a map of our, not only our farms, but countries with Young Living members, Young Living international offices, Young Living global headquarters, and Young Living farm or distillery. So you can see all the little blue dots are a farm or a distillery. So we are on several different continents, and we are really worldwide. I have been to 3 of the farms myself. I have been to Highland Flats, I have been to Mona, Utah, and then I've been to Guayaquil, Ecuador. And they really, one of the things I love the most about the farms is the accessibility. You can go on the farms, be there, be present. You can see and touch and feel and taste and be a part of the process. They open up their farms for planting, for harvests. You can go take part in, even like coming up in July is the big Lavender days that they have in Mona, Utah. They do huge community events out there and let everybody come, and even non-Young Living people that just live around Mona get to come in and just enjoy the beautiful farm there. There are bees on the farm. To me, that's huge to be able to look around and go, oh, okay, we can see that they're not using things that they shouldn't on this because the bees are there. You can see the bees. I have helped cut lavender, and it's been an amazing process. In Guayaquil, one of my favorite things is I got to have freshly distilled lemongrass put directly in my hands. I get to watch it come up and distill, and then they filled the little vial, and then from the drops that were coming out, we got to get a drop in our hands. And that kind of thing just really seals the deal for you when you get those kind of opportunities to go in and take part in it. So Young Living doesn't, they have 5 or 6 farms. I would have to count in my head because they have the new farm in Croatia now, but they also have partner farms. So sometimes they work with a partner farmer where they help them, but they have the exact same seed to seal process there. Young Living has the same requirements for them that we have on our own farms, also co-op farms, and then occasionally a qualified vendor. One thing I do want to note is we used to have a farm in Peru where we were harvesting rosewood. We're no longer doing that. One of the problems with rosewood is that sustainability. Rosewood is being harvested and logged so quickly in South America that Young Living didn't want to be even seen as part of the problem, even though they were actually distilling it from stumps. They weren't even cutting down rosewood trees. They were just distilling it from stumps. So you're going to see rosewood is being taken out of a lot of our blends. That it's still in a few of them, but they're reformulating things, taking out rosewood because they don't want to be seen and they don't want to contribute to being part of the problem. So if you have a friend that has an old bottle of rosewood, they did used to sell it as a single, then know that it is extremely precious. But that just gives you a picture of Young Living and the company's standards, their values, and what they really want and desire for the world. The reason why they actually produce the oils and do them the way that they do is because they want to bring these to the forefront and they want to make them easy for everyone to get. So now I'm going to move to this little booklet. You guys got one of these when you came in. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about essential oils. We're going to pass around oils. You're going to get to touch them and smell them and test them. What are essential oils? I talked about this a little bit, but essential oils are volatile liquids and aromatic compounds that are distilled or pressed from plants. Remember, we talked about they cold press the citrus oils, so they don't steam distill all of them. Essential oils have been used for thousands of years for cosmetic purposes, as well as for their spiritually and emotionally uplifting properties. Primarily extracted through careful steam distillation, but also through cold pressing, the purest essential oils are far more powerful than the botanicals from which they were extracted. Anytime you hold a bottle of our powerful essential oils, you are holding nature's pure essence. I love that, and I love that description because I know a lot of people are really familiar with herbal teas and things like that and the way to use those. But when you take those leaves, those plant leaves, and you dry them out and you take the moisture out of them, you lose 90, maybe more than 90% of the essential oils that are in them. And the essential oils are actually what is the therapeutic compounds in those plants. So Young Living just takes it, and you steam distill it, you take that therapeutic property and you go, this is actually what we're going to be using. This is actually what helps you. So it doesn't take a lot. It does not take a lot of oil to get the effect that you want. So start small. One of the things that I want to talk to you guys about is that I'm not allowed to talk to you about diseases, illnesses, symptoms, anything like that. I cannot say that these oils cure or treat anything. That puts them in a drug category, and we can't do that. So if you have a specific question about something like that, I cannot answer that question for you. So if you ask me a question and I don't answer it, or kind of, it's just, know that it's not because I don't want to, but it's just simply because of the laws and the way that they're written. I can't answer those questions. So, but what I am going to give you is a lot of great foundational information on essential oils, some foundational information on how to use them, how to use some of these oils specifically. And then I want to encourage you guys to go out and do your own research. Go research oils, go research some ways to utilize them, and then make your own choices for your family. The greatest thing about this is that this is taking our health into our own hands. I love having control over my health and the health of my family, and that's the responsibility that God has given me. God did not give me the responsibility of your family. He gave you that responsibility. So I'm here to share and give you a foundational knowledge, but I am not going to prescribe or treat because, guys, I'm a theater major. I did not go to school for medicine, or I didn't even go to school for essential oils. Instead, I'm just a mom that learned some of these things along the way. So I want you guys to just know that and know my heart in sharing is because I know that these have been hugely beneficial for our family, and I know that they can be for yours too. So we are going to skip ahead here. Okay, we're talking about the 3 ways that you can use essential oils. Topically. Topically is my favorite way to use the oils because it's so easy. I literally just take an oil, put it in my hands, rub it together, and I'll apply it to the back of my neck. I'll usually smell it too, which is inhalation. We'll get there. If it's my kids, I'll rub it on their tummy. You can use 1 to 3 drops of oil, but usually it does not take very much. So don't feel like more is better. Especially if you're just getting started with oils, start with less. There are also dilution recommendations on the bottle. Some of the oils are hot. They're spicy. So Thieves, which we'll talk about, has cinnamon bark and it has clove in it. So that's kind of makes it a spicy oil. So if you put it on your skin, it might get a little red, it might burn a little bit. So you're gonna wanna dilute that oil. We dilute with a carrier oil. Carrier oils are fatty vegetable oils. Some great ones, some great options are coconut oil, sweet almond oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, olive oil, and you wanna make sure it's a good quality fatty oil. So don't go buy canola oil. Guys, if you have canola oil in your house, just throw it out. It's disgusting stuff, genetically modified, not good for you at all. Plain vegetable oil is also junk. Just throw it out. Corn oil, don't even use that. Just throw it out, okay? Use real oils. Use things that are not genetically modified that actually have good value to your body. You don't want to be diluting your essential oils, these good quality essential oils, with a carrier oil that is not good. Young Living does also have a carrier oil that's called V6, so you could use that as well. You can apply the oils anywhere. They're going to get into your bloodstream in a matter of 20 seconds, and they affect every cell in the body within 20 minutes. So don't worry so much about where you apply the oils. Some things to think about when you're applying some citrus oils. Right now, it's sunny outside. Citrus oils can make your skin photosensitive. So personally, I've been very careful. One of the things I love to do is just apply the oils to the back of my neck. Well, I've been extra careful not to do that and made sure that I'm not doing that, because some of my blends that I love have citrus oils in them, and I'll wind up with a sunburn right here on the back of my neck. So I try to apply citrus oils where the sun don't shine, okay? So apply citrus oil somewhere that's not gonna see the sun for the next 24, 48 hours or so, okay? Because that, otherwise you're gonna wind up with, and I do have, see, you can see it, even just like right here. I don't know if you can see this little darker area. I'm pretty sure that's from an essential oil. It's not a, it's just an area that got a little bit more tan than the rest of me. So just keep those things in mind. If you like to apply to your wrists, if you get a weird tan on your wrist, you're like, wait a second, that's probably from your oils. Also, citrus oils, not just citrus oils, but citrus oils primarily, eat through petrochemicals. Petrochemicals are plastics and things like that. So do not put the oils in anything plastic, styrofoam. You want to put oils in glass, ceramic, stainless steel only, okay? Because they will eat through petrochemicals. The good thing is that they can actually do that in our systems as well. So that's really awesome stuff. So I love to use the oils topically because that's the easiest. And I just apply anywhere. The bottom of the feet is another great place to apply, because the bottom of the feet has all of your nerve endings. It's if you've ever learned anything about VitaFlex, it's really great. Go look into it. It's also great for kids that might be more sensitive when you're getting started. So putting them on the bottom of the feet, but if you put it on the bottom of the feet, it's going to go through the whole body. Also, oils that I don't prefer the smell of, I'm going to put on the bottom of my feet, because my feet are going to go in my shoes and it's the furthest from my nose. So I can still get that therapeutic value of the oil without having to smell it, and that's fantastic. So just keep that in mind. Aromatically is another way to utilize the oils. You can see here we have a diffuser going. That's a really popular way to get the oils into the air so that you can breathe them in. This is the one thing that people are usually pretty familiar with essential oils. And a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, I want my house to smell good. Well, the oils are great for that, but they're great for a lot more than that too. So smelling the oils and actually breathing them in is really beneficial. And this is something I've learned a lot more along the way. But our pituitary gland sits right back here, kind of back right behind our sinus cavity. So when we breathe in the oils, it's the fastest way for the oils to get to our pituitary gland and those pineal glands that are just underneath our brain. And those are great for helping support mood and things like that. That's why aromatherapy is so popular, because that's really what it does. It's mood stabilizing therapy by breathing in essential oils. So keep that in mind. And it doesn't have to be a diffuser, although I love this one. This is the Dewdrop diffuser, and it uses all of the water. It's my favorite one. It also, the light goes off. So if I have it in my room, I want the light off, but if it's in my kids' room, they want the light on. So it's super easy to use, and you can change out the oil that you diffuse. I personally stick to diffusing the less expensive oils, like the citrus oils and things like that. Stress Away is a great one to diffuse. Stress Away. Joy is a great one to diffuse. So diffusing oils can be a lot of fun, and you can play and make your own recipes, and that's a lot of fun too. The third thing is internal. You can take the oils internally. So we talked about, you can apply them topically, you can diffuse them and smell them. You can also do diffuser necklaces, or even just smell them from your hands, like I talked about that earlier when I was applying the oils topically. But you can also take the oils internally, and Young Living has just done this for us, and it makes it so much easier because the FDA requires that we label things according to how they can be used. So you can't label something for internal usage that actually, and label it for topical usage. It has to be labeled separately. So here you'll see, in here I have Citrus Fresh, and I'm diffusing that. So this is topical aromatic Citrus Fresh. It is just a plain bottle of Citrus Fresh. Well, now Young Living has come out with Vitality Citrus Fresh. This is the Citrus Fresh I can take, and I can just put a couple drops right here in my bottle of water. Yes, which is a reused Names Your Red bottle. And I can ingest this Citrus Fresh. Now, something important that I want you to know is that these are exactly the same. They're exactly the same thing. They're simply labeled differently. I'm going to talk to you about which oils in this kit are labeled Vitality, so that you know. My kit is not labeled Vitality because it's a little bit older, but I did want you to see what it looks like. The Vitality are super easy to recognize because they have the white label. So if you're getting started and you have any questions like, is this safe to take internally? Know that if it's a Vitality and it has the white label, then it is FDA approved for internal consumption. Makes it super easy. So that's all I'm going to say about that. So if I'm talking about an oil here and I'm talking about it both ways, know that I'm talking about internally, I'm talking about it the Vitality version, and topical and aromatic, I'm talking about the topical and aromatic version, okay? So, which is just the plain regular one. So just keep that in mind as we go through this. Now, okay, internally, I like to just put it in my water. I just mentioned that. Some people do capsules. You can actually put a few drops in a capsule and then fill the rest with a carrier oil and take them that way. You can get veggie capsules from Young Living. You can get them from Amazon, from Sprouts. I don't do that very often personally, but I tend to get great results just with topical application. So I don't often utilize the oils internally unless I'm just putting them in my water or something to drink and freshen it up. Helps me drink more water, honestly. I love the flavoring. Okay, so we are going to start with the oils now, because I know you guys have been excited and waiting for that. I'm going to start with lavender, because this is the one that Young Living is the most known for, maybe besides thieves, or no, I think lavender. Lavender is a great oil. At this point, pause on the class and talking to those of you that would be teaching, I pass the oil around for everyone to smell. I smell it too. And I talk about how I feel about the oil. Say, I love the smell of lavender. You're going to notice it doesn't smell like the lavender from Bath & Body Works. It doesn't have that sweet smell. It smells very weedy. It very much smells just like the flower. It's kind of strong. It's kind of bitter. It's not that sweet smelling lavender. Some great ideas for using lavender is you can diffuse it for a calming and comforting scent. You can unwind by adding a few drops to Epsom salts for a relaxing nighttime bath. I love that. I love using this at night. You can add it to a carrier oil and apply to skin to soothe and promote relaxation before bedtime. That's one of our favorite things to do. We love to use this at bedtime. To a degree, it's one of the first oils that we use, and it's the first way that we used it, was we used it right before bed. Everyone knows that lavender is calming and relaxing, And my husband was kind of a skeptic at first, and I was just going around putting lavender on everybody's feet before bed, and finally one night he's like, okay, go ahead, put it on my feet, let's see how this, let's see how this voodoo stuff works. And then 2 weeks later, when I was headed out of town, he wouldn't let me take the lavender. He was like, nope, it stays right here on his bedside table, so he wouldn't let me take it. So my husband was convinced that oils are not crazy, and I'm not crazy by lavender. So lavender is a great oil. It's great for skin and hair. You can add 2 to 3 drops to your natural deodorant for a fresh and floral lavender scent. I want to put in there that if you are using an antiperspirant, I really want to encourage you to look into that. Antiperspirants keep your body from sweating. Most of them have aluminum in them, which stores in your lymph glands. It's not good for your body. So I really want to encourage you to look into alternatives to that. I gave up antiperspirant about 6 or 7 years ago. So it takes some adjusting to get used to it. In fact, I'm going through a detox now and I'm sweating a lot more. I do use a deodorant, but I don't use an antiperspirant. In fact, what I use for deodorant is the Young Living toothpaste. So just think about that, but go look up. There's lots of great recipes that you can do. In here, there's some DIY things that are great. Lavender also comes in a Vitality. So it comes this and a Vitality oil. So it can be taken, the Vitality can be taken internally. All right, peppermint. Pass around peppermint. I love the smell of peppermint. It's very energizing. It opens up my sinuses. It really gets me breathing deeper. A lot of people love to use it during workouts for that specific reason. You can place 2 drops in a gel capsule. This is talking about internally taking it. So that's going to be the Vitality peppermint. With a carrier oil, peppermint can be a little bit hot sometimes to people. I can put it right on my skin, no problem, but on my kids, then they're like, it's bothering me. So just be aware of that. Anytime that happens, you can actually dilute after it's been applied. So if I ever put something on my daughter and she's like, it's burning, then I'll just go get some coconut oil and rub on top of where I place the essential oil, and it'll dilute it even though it's already been applied topically. So you can place 2 drops in a gel capsule with a carrier oil up to 3 times daily. You can add it to your favorite drink or recipe. I have done this. I've added it to like a big bottle of water, like the Ning-Joy bottle, but it does not take very much. I can put a couple, 2, 3 drops of lemon, no problem. But peppermint, we're talking like 1 in a big bottle, and that might be too much for some people. So if you're using it in recipes, know that the peppermint is very strong, especially if you're doing it in like chocolate or something like that. You're going to want to start with maybe a toothpick and dip it into the bottle and then swirl it in. Okay, so just know that it's very potent, and don't be afraid to start really small. You can add it to an herbal tea to help soothe occasional upset stomach. It's great for digestion. That's why they talk to a lot of people about taking it internally. It's right, the Vitality, and that's why a lot of the things we're going to talk about are internal, because it's great for supporting the digestive system. So I also do apply the regular peppermint, and I diffuse peppermint, sometimes apply it topically. If I am starting to get kind of sleepy at a meeting or something like that, and I need to kind of get woken up, I'll just put it right here, kind of more towards my hairline. If you get it near your eyes, it's kind of fumy. So I'll put it more towards my hairline, and the smell and everything, it just helps you kind of wake back up and get re-energized and back into whatever meeting I'm stuck in and listening to. So the next oil that we're going to pass around is lemon. Okay, can I pass around lemon? Love lemon. I talked about adding lemon to my water. I'm talking about lemon Vitality. So just know that distinction there. You can place 2 to 3 drops in a gel capsule with a carrier oil up to 3 times daily. So you notice that it said the same thing about peppermint. You can actually do 2 oils in 1 capsule if you wanted to. You can add it to your drinking water or favorite drink, glass only, okay, because you don't want it to eat through your plastic ware and then also go into your body. That's not good. You can add it to recipes to enhance the flavor of foods. There are also really a ton of great house cleaning recipes and DIY things that you can utilize lemon for. Has a great scent to it. I love it. Some of my favorite usages for lemon is it's like Goo Gone. I use it for the sticky things on the back of books. I buy books a lot, and I hate that little sticky thing on the back, but when I peel it off, then it's yucky. So this acts like Goo Gone, and it's fantastic. So just a little tidbit there. Lemon's very handy to have around. Frankincense. Okay, I'm gonna pass around frankincense, and I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. Pass around frankincense. I thought frankincense was gonna smell like Christmas because I'm naive and a Baptist girl. So, well, some people it does smell like Christmas because they grew up maybe in a church that diffused incense and like a mass, and I have some Catholic friends that are like, oh, it does remind me of Christmas. It does not remind me of Christmas because I've never smelled this before Young Living in my entire life, and it smells like dirt and old buildings, but I expected it to smell like Christmas, like cinnamon. I don't know. I don't know. But it does not. But it is a great scent. It's one that's grown on me. At first I was kind of like, I don't know about frankincense. It's very gentle and very calming and soothing scent to me, and I really do like it now. But it was, at first I was not exactly thrilled with the smell of frankincense. Frankincense is a very valuable oil. It was valuable in the time of Jesus. It's still valuable today. It takes a whole lot to distill and get a little bottle of frankincense. This is one of the resin oils that we get from the resin of a tree. And so the oil itself is a little bit more on the pricier side. So just keep that in mind, that these oils here are not all the same price. Well, a bottle this size of lemon, this is a 15 milliliter of citrus fresh or lemon, is going to cost you less than $15. Whereas a bottle of this size of frankincense is going to cost you towards $80. So keep those things in mind when if you get a kit like this and you get it in, you want to make sure that you don't, personally, I wouldn't take frankincense and just dump it in the diffuser. I'm going to be a little bit more frugal with this. I'm going to use it. I use it, but I'm going to use it a little bit more sparingly. Frankincense is a very versatile oil. You can use it for a lot of different things. Lavender is my first go-to. I can use it for anything, but frankincense is my next go-to if lavender isn't cutting it for me. So topically, so frankincense, we're talking about topical application. You can apply 2 to 4 drops directly to your skin or desired location. Dilution is not required unless skin sensitivity occurs. So frankincense is usually a very gentle oil, and very rarely do people have skin sensitivities to it. I put it in my face creams and stuff, and sometimes when I put it on my skin's really dry. I might feel a little bit of tingling, but frankincense, by the way, is great for skin. The other way is aromatic. You can inhale it. So a lot of people that apply this oil topically, they're going to inhale it as well. Frankincense is an oil that's really high in sesquiterpenes, which is actually a brain oxygenating oil. So that's one of the greatest ways to utilize it to help wake up your brain and get things going. All right, so now we're going to talk about another oil that's one of my favorites. This is one I will not go without, and this is RC. I love the smell of RC. My daughter Noelle actually loves the smell of RC. And RC is for topical application, and it says you can dilute 1 drop of RC with 1 drop of carrier oil and apply to the chest, neck, or throat. Aromatic, you can inhale it directly or diffuse it for up to an hour. It's great for supporting your respiratory system. So this is one of those oils that goes out of stock every winter and you do not want to be without it. It's one that we use in our house a lot, and you can do it in a steaming bowl with a few drops of oil and do the tent method, a towel over the bowl so that you're inhaling that directly. I do diffuse this my kids' bedside when they need it. So it's an oil that we love and we use a lot. Okay, copaiba. Copaiba is an oil that I really went a long time without using it, but now that I do use it a lot, or once I started using it, I just kept learning more and more about it, and I love it so much. And I use it for a lot of things. The scent is very gentle. It's a very gentle tree scent, and it's just really, to me, I almost have to smell it twice to even get a scent there. You can place 2 to 3 drops in a gel capsule with a carrier oil up to 3 times daily. So copaiba is a vitality oil. You can add it to almond or coconut milk. I've actually done drops directly under my tongue. It's a fairly gentle flavor. It's not a great flavor, but it's fairly gentle. You can add it to drinking water, tea, or honey. Sometimes we like to do warm teas made with oils and honey and a little bit of coconut oil and stuff. Certain times of the year, that's our favorite things to do. So copaiba is also, when we're talking about the regular one, not the vitality one, is great for when you're layering oils. Sometimes I will layer oils on myself or my kids, and it's a driving oil. So it actually helps drive in the other oils and enhance them. So that's one of the ways that I like to use that. If I'm layering any oils, I'll just slap copaiba on top. It's a very gentle oil, and I've never had any skin issues or anything, or never known anyone have any skin issues with it. So it's really gentle to use. All right, we're going to move on to purification. Purification, this one has been super popular the last year or so because citronella has been in and out, and so purification has been in and out of stock, and people love it. They love to diffuse it. It's not an expensive oil, and it's great for purifying, hence purification. Topically, you can dilute 1 part purification to 1 part carrier oil. It has lemongrass in it, so it can be a little hot on the skin. Lemongrass smells like lemon drops, but it's super hot on the skin. You can diffuse it 15 to 30 minutes every 3 to 4 hours, directly inhale. You can put 4 to 8 drops on cotton balls or tissues and put in your vents. It creates this crisp scent in your home. I love to take, when I'm traveling and I take a diffuser with me, I'll diffuse this in a hotel room while we'll get in, we'll get set up. I'll get this diffusing while maybe we go to dinner or we go do something else. And then when I come back, it's like, it just smells, it doesn't smell so musty. It doesn't smell so, it's just a little, it smells like home. It smells clean and crisp. And so purification is excellent for that. It's also great if you cook bacon. If you cook bacon and you have that bacon scent in your house, or any kind of fish, or we like curry chicken, and so a curry scent is great when I'm cooking it, but leftover like 2 or 3 days later is not great anymore. So purification is really great for getting those scents out. I have this little DIY spray that I make with purification that actually, like, I'll just spray it on carpets, pillows. We had a puppy we were potty training and doing baking soda with purification and sprinkling it on my carpets to vacuum while in between actual carpet shampooings was a lifesaver for us. So purification is one of those you don't want to be without because it has so many handy uses around your house. So next one, all right, Panaway. Panaway is a great oil. It smells like root beer. One of the first things that you're going to notice is that there is a childproof cap on top. There are a few oils, wintergreen and hyssop are the 2 that come to mind that have a childproof cap. That's because those oils are very, very potent. So you want to be careful. You want to dilute them well if you're using them on children. Start on the bottom of the feet. And you just want to keep them away from children and make sure that they don't go and just start pouring it all over themselves. Panaway has wintergreen in it, which is why it has this. So any blend that has hyssop or wintergreen in it is going to have this childproof cap on it. So I'll pass this around. To me, it reminds me of BioFreeze or something like that. Sorry, do you see me acting this out as if I'm passing it around? Everyone needs to smell it. We really do that in classes. So I love to use this for after I work out. In fact, I could use a little bit right now. So I'm going to do this. This can be, because it has wintergreen in it, it can be kind of a hot oil. The mint oils tend to get that warm, cool, icy hot kind of feeling. And so that's really what I like to kind of go for. And so I started a new workout regimen, and so I could I could use a little bit more skeletal support. So piano weight is great. My husband loves this oil too. He actually does work out a lot more than I do. And so he doesn't need it as often, believe it or not. But piano weight is a great one. Here it says you can dilute 1 drop of piano weight to 1 to 4 drops of carrier oil. So I don't recommend the first time you use it, just putting it directly on your skin like I did. I've used piano weight before, and I know that my skin does not react to piano weight. My skin's pretty sturdy. I don't react to many oils topically. So you're going to want to dilute and start small. You can apply it to a desired area, or you can apply 2 to 4 drops to Epsom salt bath. If you're applying an oil to an Epsom salt bath, I really want to encourage you to add some baking soda to it. It helps the oil disperse a little bit. Also know that if you're sitting in a warm bath and your pores open up, anything that might be a minty oil or a citrus oil, your skin might be a little bit more sensitive to it. I did peace and calming in a bath one time, and my skin was like, I was like, why do I feel like this is a hot oil and peace and calming is not? It's because it had tangerine in it, and it was just a warm bath, and my pores had opened up. So a baking soda will help that oil disperse a little bit more. And so just keep that in mind. If you're wanting to do something like this, you just want to start really small. And if you notice something like that, go, okay, well, maybe that doesn't work for me, or maybe I need to try that in a different way. And that's okay. A lot of oils is learning about how your body responds personally and adjusting for yourself. You really want to do your research, and don't be afraid to try a little bit less or try it in a different way, because you'll learn a lot that way. All right, Thieves is the next oil. I love this oil. This one smells like Christmas to me. It doesn't smell so much like Christmas spirit. We do have an oil called Christmas spirit. And that one really smells like Christmas, but this one smells, it's got cinnamon and clove in it, so it has that Christmas scent to it. And I love to diffuse this one all winter long. I go back and forth between Thieves and Christmas spirit. You can take Thieves Vitality. Thieves is a Vitality oil also, so I talked about diffusing it. That would be this one. The Vitality one you can take internally, and here it says you can place 2 drops in a gel capsule with 8 drops of carrier oil. So, 2 to 8, that's not just the 2 to 2 or, or anything. This is going to be a hot oil, so you really want to make sure you dilute it well. This is one oil that I have to dilute if I apply it topically. You can add it to smoothies, applesauce, would be great in applesauce, yogurt, juice, or Ningxia Red. We're going to talk a little bit about Ningxia Red. It's the high antioxidant supplement in the kit. You get 2 little samples of those, and this is great in Ningxia Red. This is another one we also do a tea with. I'll do this with some lemon and some honey in some warm water and some coconut oil, and it's just this great winter tea for you. So Thieves is excellent. There's also an entire line of Thieves products that we have. Clove has been known for ages to be great in dental care. So there's a lot. We have like 3 or 4 different Thieves toothpastes. We have a whole line of cleaning products, including dish soap, laundry soap. That's what I use in my house. I actually use Thieves household cleaner throughout my entire house, even on my wood floors. I add a little bit of orange oil to it, a little bit of olive oil to keep my wood nourished, and that's how we clean our floors. So I use it throughout the entire house. So if you're into non-toxic home things, there's a whole line of products that are really great for that. Unless you want to do all your DIY stuff with these oils, which you can do as well. Alrighty, so our last oil that comes in this, that is part of the Everyday Oils kit, is Digize. And Digize is an oil that's great for digestion. I'm going to say this before I pass it around. It is not my favorite scent. It is bearable. I can handle it. It's not my favorite scent. So what do you guys think of it? A lot of times, usually in my classes, I'm talking back and forth with people a lot more. People ask questions in the middle of stuff. But Digize is also in a Vitality, so you can put it in a gel capsule. You can put it in your water. You can put it directly under your tongue, which I have done. Actually, it is not as bad under your tongue as you think it would be from the smell. I have realized, oh, that's not as bad as I expected it to be. So it's great for helping support your digestive system. This one you can also use, the one with this label you can use topically. I tend to apply it right over my stomach to help promote good digestion. With my kids, when I'm applying oils to my kids, a lot of times I'm not measuring things out. I literally like lift up their shirt, slap on some coconut oil, and then put a couple drops and rub it in. How's that feel? Good, awesome, you know, and then off they go. So that's kind of how I tend to do that with my kids, so that it's super simple. Don't try to make it more complicated than it needs to be. You get a bonus oil in this. Also, it's called Stress Away. Stress Away has grown on me. It is one that I have gotten to where I use it a lot, but initially I didn't, and I don't know why. But it has such an amazing, it does have an amazing smell. And I don't know why initially I didn't like it. Probably because I needed it. And we say that a lot. If you don't like the smell of an oil, it's probably because you need it. And so Stress Away was one I was just not a huge fan of. It's a lime vanilla type scent, has copaiba in it, and it's just really great for helping calm, relax you. It says it's a natural solution created to combat normal stresses that creep into everyday life and may be an important part of daily health regimen when used as a dietary supplement. I have not ever used Stress Away internally before, but I need to try that. There is a vitality Stress Away. So just keep that in mind, that it's a great one to use internally. Stress Away is also available in a convenient roll-on. I tell you what, guys, I got a roll-on recently that I love. It's tranquil. It's not in this kit, but I'm going through that oil because it's just in the roller bottle. It's so much easier to use. So this one comes also, even though it's not in an actual roller bottle, there is a roller top that comes with the kit that you can fit on this one, so that you just fit the roller top right on there. You screw the roller top lid on, and then you can roll it on whenever you need it, or roll it on other people. You can make this in a spray. One of my friends has a Joy spray. Joy is an oil, and she uses that. When she's in a place where people maybe aren't so joyful, she'll just spray it casually on herself, or maybe in their direction. And I think maybe Stress Away is a good one to try that with, where you go, okay, my Stress Away spray. How about some on me? How about some on the other people? Maybe when you're in the airport, right? Just don't let TSA see you get in trouble. So those are the oils that come in this. Now, there are a few oils that I'm going to talk to you very quickly about, because I want you to be aware Young Living has what they call flex oils. These are the 11 oils that come in the kit, the one that we just talked about, the ones that we talked about. But there are 5 oils that are flex oils, so that anytime if some of these go out of stock, I talked about Purification being out a lot this last year. In order to continue to put these out, the premium starter kits, get them out quickly, they will replace an oil with one of these 5 flex oils. So just in case you happen to get a flex oil in your kit, I want to make sure you know what these are and how great they are, because all of these 5 flex oils are really awesome and would be awesome replacements to have. In fact, the majority of these are like next on the list to get. So it's not a big deal if you wind up with one of those instead. So then I pass around each of those individually and I talk about them very quickly. I talk about Citrus Fresh, just has clean, fresh scent. It's one of my favorites to diffuse. Aroma Ease, which is another one that's great for digestive support. So if you get that instead of Digize, that's okay. It's great support for your digestion. Orange is another great one for diffusing. Kind of like all the citrus oils are really great in water if it's a vitality one, or using in cleaning products, just that great crisp scent. Lemongrass, I talked about lemongrass because it's in Purification. It has a great scent. I love it. I love to diffuse lemongrass. I love just the smell of lemongrass, but remember it's a really hot oil. So when you get it and it smells like candy, because it does to me, it smells like lemon drops, don't go pouring it all over yourself. Dilute it heavily and apply gently. Okay, so just be aware. Tea tree oil, this is one a lot of people are really familiar with, and it was the first oil I'd ever heard of or ever used, and anytime I ever used it, an essential oil, way before I'd ever heard anything about Young Living, was tea tree oil, and my grandfather used it all the time. It's great for skin, hair, nails, and it's great. It's in a lot of spa products and things like that, and it can help refresh and beautify the appearance of skin. So there are some others that are favorites. I talked about Valor. That's a huge favorite. If you can catch it in stock, I think it is in stock, but it's just you can only get one at a time. Young Living has been great about limiting to make sure people don't stock up on those that are hard to get. Deep Relief is another favorite when it's a roll-on, and it's great for after you're working out at the gym and supporting your muscular system. And then Thieves Cleaner, I talked about Thieves and how amazing that is and all of those cleaners. I do want to talk to you just a second about Ningxia Red. You get these 2 packets in your kit. And if I had to pick one product that was my favorite product, it probably wouldn't be an oil. I know that's probably kind of crazy. And for some of my friends, that is crazy. It would be Ningxia Red. This is a product we cannot live without in our house. It comes in a bottle like this, and I use them for my water bottle. It comes in a bottle like that, or it comes in packets like this, and it is a red drink. Looks like V8, but it doesn't taste like V8. It's a blend of berries and wolfberries, which are super high in antioxidants. Here it says Ningxia Red is a healthy daily supplement formulated from exotic fruits and infused with essential oils. Its balanced ingredients make Ningxia Red a whole body nutrient infusion for health and wellness support. Contains powerful ingredients that are involved in many natural antioxidant processes. How many of you guys need more antioxidants? Okay, because they help fight all of the oxidized things that happen in our body. Antioxidants are great, okay? Powerful formula includes wolfberry, which is touted for its health benefits, supports normal cellular function, good for health and overall wellness, supports normal eye health, helps prevent against oxidative stress. I was just talking about the antioxidants. Ningxia Red helps energize, fortify, and revitalize. I love getting, there's an essential rewards, and I'll talk about essential rewards in just a second, but there's a kit that I get every month that comes to my house that my family utilizes. We drink this every day. It comes with 4 bottles, actually. The ER kit does 4 bottles of Ningxia Red and 30 packets like this, which I love to take to travel with because you don't be traveling with the big glass bottles. So right now I have my 30 pack saved for convention. I'm leaving in a week, and so super excited about that. So it gives you an opportunity to try them. They're also great for making slushies. I'll just stick these in the freezer, and you can cut the top off, and you can do it that way. My daughter loves to make her own popsicles with, we got an antioxidant blend in like fruit blend, frozen fruits, strawberries, blueberries, and stuff in our freezer, and she'll just blend that up with some Ningxia Red, maybe put a little bit of natural lemonade in there, and then she'll freeze that, and she loves having those Ningxia Red popsicles. Okay, so that is the premium starter kit. Now, just to talk to you a little bit about what this means. Young Living has a lot of products. They have like over 450 products, over 200 different oils. So we really just touched on a lot of highlights today with this kit. It really is a lifestyle thing. It becomes one of those things where you just get started, and as you try things here and there, you go, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And you start to make those little changes along the way that make a big impact in your life overall. I mean, even just something as simple as making sure you're drinking plenty of water, right, can make a huge impact in your life. And once that habit, once you have that habit set, then you move on to start something different. So that's how I feel about Young Living. It was just that next step in our life that made it so much easier for me to find products that were non-toxic to add into my home. I didn't have to worry about what was in them or where they came from because I know, I've seen it, I've seen where they come from. So this kit right here comes also with your membership. So Young Living has it so that you can pay retail price for things. And I talked about the retail price of some of these. You know, lemon is going to be a little under, I think, $15, $13. I don't have all the retail prices memorized, but you can find them in the product guide that we've been passing around. And then, you know, things like Panaway is going to be close to $80. Frankincense, a large 15 milliliter frankincense is going to be over $80 and things like that. So when you start looking at it, it really adds up. A diffuser is around $75 to $80. And so we start looking at it in that way and picking things here and there that you want to get, it ends up adding up really quick. So one of the things that I recommend is I recommend getting a membership. It's kind of like a Costco membership. I love going to Costco because I can get things in bulk and I can get them a lot less expensive. So I like doing that. I don't mind paying yearly for my Costco membership. The Young Living membership is $40, and it really, there is no yearly fee, so that's great. And the only requirement is that you spend around $50 a year in product. That's like a lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So if you say, hey, I know I'm going to use lemon, lavender, peppermint, I'm going to use it within a year. awesome. Get the membership, pay you pay 24% less as a member and get the wholesale pricing, which is 24% less than retail. And but the thing that I want to encourage you to look into is getting the kit. The kit comes with your membership. It comes with the diffuser. It comes with these 11 oils and possibly a flex oil if one gets replaced. These 11 oils, the Ningxia Red packets, the 2 Ningxia Red packets, it comes with some great little sample items, these little sample bottles, which are super cute. And the reason why they give you samples, they give you some sample sachets also that you can take and share with others, because once you start using the products and you see how amazing they are, the very first thing you're going to want to do is share them with a friend. So say you go, oh my goodness, I used this thieves and it was amazing. So you take this little bottle here, you put a few drops of thieves in it, and then you just stick it in here with this little card, and you give it to your sister Sally. You say, Sally, you've got to try this. It's amazing. The card has information in it about how to use thieves, and so you don't even have to stress about giving her all the right information. You just gave her the card, and you gave her a sample, and that makes it so easy to share with others. The kit is $160. But that includes your $40 membership, $75 diffuser, and I've already talked about 2 of the oils over here that are fairly expensive, and there are more that are, if you added it up, I think the whole kit is worth well over $350. So it really is the most cost-effective way to get started. It also gives you that variety so that you can really play around and figure out what works best for you. It's how we started. So we got started with this, and it didn't even come with a diffuser, guys. When I got started, it came with like a coupon to get a discount on a diffuser. I paid $150 for mine. So there are some other diffuser options, which you can see in the back of the product guide also for a little bit extra. If you want the really nice Aria diffuser, you basically, the Aria diffuser itself is over $200. So the kit that you buy, I think you end up paying like $30 for the kit for all the oils and the membership and stuff, and just get that really nice diffuser. So if something like that is something you're interested in, we can do that. I really want to encourage you to consider this, but also don't be afraid to join us and really ask questions. And part of this is learning the journey. Part of the journey is learning about how to use these oils. And the great thing is you're not on your own doing that. We're here to help you. We're here to help you learn, here to educate you, here to encourage you, because when you start on a new path, it can be kind of scary and intimidating, and we really want to take that out. So we have a whole team. We have Facebook groups that help support our new members and things like that. So don't be afraid to just connect with us and let us know that you need help. That's one of the great things about joining in with a company like this, is that it's not like, oh, we'll just go to some salespeople and some random, salesperson is talking. No, it's like your friend, your neighbor is here to help you and guide you along the way. I want to encourage you also that now I'm going to stop here for just a second and talk to you guys. I don't talk about essential rewards at every class. It depends on the demographic that I'm talking to. I mentioned that there is essential rewards, but I don't go into detail because it can overwhelm people. So if I have a demographic that they're already going, oh my goodness, I want that kit and I want some of that Ningxia Red, and I know that spending $300 today is not going to be a huge deal to them, then I'm going to talk about essential rewards. And the first thing that I'm going to talk about is getting that Ningxia Red kit with essential rewards. So I'm going to say, and I know a lot of you guys are already talking about this. I have one kit here today that someone can take home. You can take this home today and you have to sign up before you leave, and I'll help you do that. You take this kit with you. We'll have your kit mailed to me, or if they live close, I'll have it mailed to them and I'll get it back from them later. So somebody can take the kit home today. That can create a sense of urgency of somebody goes, yes, I want that kit. So you pass off the kit, you go, okay, now I want to encourage you guys that are those of you that did not get one, but you want to go sign up, here's how you do it. And I have what do I do with it? In the back of this, this product guide, there were pages that walked people through signing up. And I have my member number written on them. Let me look, I think they're right over here. Now I know that those are not in the current product guide. So here is what they look like. How to sign up, okay? And it steps them through it, and then I can put my member number here, or I had a business card attached. But also in the back here, it talks about getting started, and it kind of walks them through the premium starter kit and everything here as well. You can walk them through in the back the essential rewards and what it is. And what I say to people is, hey, if you're really wanting to get started on this wellness journey, I would start with this kit, and then the very first thing that I would do is sign up for essential rewards and get the Names Your Red essential rewards kit. That's going to get you started in the best way possible, because then you can be taking Names Your Red every day to help support your body, to support that optimum cellular function, and those things that we can say that are in the whole thing about how great Names Your Red is. But also, you know, the oils are going to be more effective in a body that is healthy, that is already doing some of those great things, instead of the oil sacrificing themselves in some of those ways. So I want to encourage people to get their best foot forward. If I'm in a class of young moms that they're kind of looking at me like, oh my goodness, $160 for a kit, then I'm probably not going to go straight into that. I'm going to say there is Essential Rewards. Essential Rewards is a great program for saving money on your products. It is a monthly subscription box, basically, that comes to your house. So you can get this kit, and then you can say, oh my goodness, next month, or maybe 3 months down the road after you kind of learned some of these things. 3 months is usually a good time span to give people an opportunity to use the oils. You can go, I really want to order again. Awesome. Get on Essential Rewards. Pick the things that you want in your box for that month. It has to be at least 50 PV, which is about $50 worth of product, and have them, they can be shipped directly to you. You get discounted shipping. You get points back on everything that you order. You can change your date each month, and you can also skip a month if you need to, if you have a hardship. One of the greatest things about having Essential Rewards is it's easy to share with others. So you say, hey, is there anything that you want to order? I can just put it in on my order and order for you. And then it helps you make sure you reach that mark without necessarily coming out of your family budget. And then you're earning points back that you can redeem for free products. So I highly want to encourage you, if you're interested in Essential Rewards, just let me know. So instead of setting up Essential Rewards as like the next, like let's do that today, I talk about an option for you can do that now, or you can do it 3 months out, and it's a great way to save money. So you're really going to frame the way that you present Essential Rewards depending on your audience. So I have had both. I have a lot of young moms that come in and they're like, whoa, this is a lot. And I'm going, hey, let's just get started with the kit. We'll talk about Essential Rewards later. Or we'll talk about how to help you save money and earn points to get free products later. How about that? But then if it's an older group that's like, I'm ready, and money is not an issue, then I'll go straight into Essential Rewards and Names Your Red and really promote that. It's a product that I already talked about, and a lot of people are usually really excited. I also usually have a bottle of Names Your Red depending on the size of the group and whether or not I'm at my house or someone else's. If I'm at my house, I almost always sample Names Your Red because I have it right there in my fridge, and I give people an opportunity to taste it. People are not likely to jump in and buy a whole bunch of a product they haven't even tasted because they're afraid they're not going to like it. And I'm that way too. Our family we have some picky taste buds in our house, and so I don't want to spend a lot of money on something that I'm going to be the only one drinking. So giving people an opportunity to sample it. If people have kids, I let their kids sample it, is a really great thing. And then I close it out. If there's someone that is signing up today, I will step aside and do that. And then if there are people that want to talk one-on-one, I try to always have time to do that. The thing is, your class is going to be long. I just flew through this without questions, and it took me an hour. That's what I try to stick with, is an hour, but then I have that opportunity to hang out and chat with people after, which usually goes another hour. So especially if I'm signing someone up. If I'm signing someone up right there, and others are going to go home and sign up, I will let them watch the process of signing up the first person so they can see it and they're familiar with it. If there are some people that that seem like they're like, I don't know that I can do that, and they really want you to be there, then sign them up before they leave. If it's somebody that's tech savvy, that's no problem. I'll figure it out. Then just follow up with them a day or two later, ask them if they had any questions. I've had people that have gone home, realized they had problems, and so we've scheduled time to meet later to sign them up officially. But you don't always have time. Personally, I don't always have time to do that all in one class. So do you guys have any questions? No? Are you afraid to ask questions? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. So I give people an opportunity to go, just to kind of wrap this up. I give people an opportunity to go and do their own research. I don't want people to feel pressured into a decision. I want people to go. I say, go look up Young Living, go look up other companies. I am so confident in our company and what we have. Let me give you a couple samples. If somebody's skeptical, I'm not afraid to give them samples. Let me give you an opportunity to experience it and build belief. And some people that's information, some people that's experience. They really need to try it. And so I'm always, and then there are those people, they just take my word for it. Awesome, you're a friend, I trust you. A lot of people know me and know that I do my research, and so that I wouldn't suggest something to my friends that I wasn't also using. So, you know, it just depends on that personality type, but I leave it open. And if there's somebody ready to sign up, awesome. If not, if everybody's kind of, all right, that's fine. I'll follow up with people later. My job is not to close people. My job is to share information. It is to make sure all questions are answered, that people leave my house with a positive experience. I've had classes that I considered super successful because everybody was excited. When I'm passing around an oil, you know, sometimes conversation happens. People are going to start talking to each other. That's a good thing. They're communicating with one another. They're hearing other people's experiences maybe. They're learning, it's not just now my words, but now they have their other friend that's saying, oh yes, I love lemon in my water. It's great. And things like that. So what you're getting is an opportunity for them to build relationships and to really let that information sink in. Some people process information through communicating with others, and so having that group discussion is fine. Don't feel like your class has to be on. If you have 30 minutes, maybe you're just covering 5 of the oils and you're giving them a starter guide. It does not have to be perfect. The whole goal of your class should be to share information, to answer people's questions, and you want them to leave with a positive perspective of our company and our products. And that is your goal. It's not to close somebody. It is not to sell product. It is to share life-changing information with people for them to make their own choice about. That means they have to go out and maybe do some research and take some time. I've had people take 6 months after coming to a class before they sign up because that was the time that they needed. And that's fine. So if they don't sign up the next day, it's not a failure to you. Also, this is something we talked about at some point with some leaders. If the people that show up are all already signed up, sometimes that people get discouraged from that. But I want to tell you, that's amazing, because what you have are people that are going, I want to learn a little bit more, or maybe I want to learn how to present what you just did. I want to hear it again. In my first 6 months, I did 5 classes or so, and a lot of those, the same people kept coming back. And you know what? All of those same people that kept coming back are all my leaders on my team now. So don't be afraid to just do the class anyways. I just tell people, hey, this is not any new information. It's all the same stuff, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. So just be encouraged, go and give it a try, and don't be afraid to practice.